Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, the sacrifice performed by Daksha. Maitreya Vacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Iti Ajena Anunitena
Iti Ajena Nunitena
Bhavena Paritushyata
Bhavena Paritushyata
Abhyadhyayi Mahabhaho
Abhyadhyayi Mahabaho
Rahasya Shruyatam Iti.
Rahasya Shunyatam Iti.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The sage Maitreya said, O mighty armed Vidur, Lord Shiva, being thus pacified by the words of Lord Brahma, spoke as follows in answer to Lord Brahma's request. So the demigods had appealed to Lord Brahma, to pacify Lord Shiva, and then Lord Brahma came with the demigods to Lord Shiva, offered him nice prayers, glorified his position, and then requested him and asked him to forgive. So this we see that how so nicely Lord Brahma is approached Lord Shiva, not immediately put forward, oh, just forgive these people. No, first he glorified his position, then he told the helplessness of the position of the living entities, and then he requested Lord Shiva's forgiveness. Mahadev Uvacha
Mahadev Uvacha
Nagham Prajesha Balanam
Nagham Prajesha Balanam
Varnaye Nanuchintaye
Varnaye Nanuchintaye
Deva Maya Bhibhutanam
Deva Maya Vibhutanam
Dandas Tatra Dhrito Maya.
Dandatitra Dhritamaya.
Lord Shiva said, My dear Father Brahma, I do not mind the offenses created by the demigods, because these demigods are childish and less intelligent. I do not take a serious view of their offenses, and have punished them only in order to right them. So there are two types of punishment. One is that which is in which a conqueror imposes on an enemy, and the other is like that a father imposes on his son. So here we can understand Lord Shiva's mood of why did he chastise the demigods. Prabhupada is bringing to our notice that there are two types of punishment. One is when an enemy is punishing the other, like one king, he's conquering another king, and then he may capture him, he may kill him. That's like how an enemy is imposing punishment on another. And one is how a father is kind to the child. He loves the child. He just punishes him for the benefit of the child so that he can learn. There's a gulf of difference between these two kinds of punishment. Lord Shiva is by nature a Vaishnava, a great devotee, and his name is in this connection is Ashutosh. He's always satisfied, and therefore he did not become angry as if he were an enemy. He didn't get inimical towards the demigods. We might get inimic. Somebody does bad to us, we may become inimical to them. We may want to have harm them, do bad to them. But Lord Shiva is not like that. Lord Shiva has nothing in the heart towards these demigods. He just wants them to correct their behavior for their own benefit so that the demigods get benefited. This is the position of a devotee. A devotee is like that. He is not inimical to any, he's always satisfied, and therefore he did not become angry as if he were an enemy. He's not inimical to any living entity. Rather, he always wishes the welfare of all. Whenever he chastises a person, it is just like a father's punishment of his son. Lord Shiva is like a father because he never takes seriously any offense by any living entities, especially the demigods. So this is Lord Shiva's position. He has no enemy. He does not consider anyone else as his enemy. And here his mood towards the demigods is like a loving father. Does anyone remember any other pastime where somebody curses another just for their own benefit?
Bhrigu Muni.
I'm sorry.
Bhrigu Muni.
What is that? Which is that one?
I think he cursed the king, Amrish Maharaj, because out of his anger he cursed because he did not wait for him for the right. That was his own.
Bhrigu Muni
When
cursed
Bhrigu,
Ambarish Maharaj?
yeah.
Actually, it was Durvasa Muni, no?
Oh,
Who
sorry,
caused.
Durvasa Muni. Durvasa
Yeah.
Muni. Yeah. Sorry.
But he didn't curse him.
He didn't.
No.
So
He cursed, no?
He just
Ambarish
created,
Maharaj.
he didn't curse him. He just
he didn't
created the
curse.
demon to kill him.
Oh, okay.
No,
So there's no cursing.
no,
And
that
then
was
this,
when he fasted, when he broke his fast before he came back.
but
So
she's
he
saying that he did not curse. He just created a demon. Yeah.
Mm,
Right. Yeah. So I think Parikshit Maharaj, the Brahmana, when he cursed Parikshit Maharaj.
But the Brahmana was not doing it for the benefit of Parikshit Maharaj. That Parikshit Maharaj took it as his own benefit. He took it
Oh,
as
so
the
for you
Lord's
were saying
will.
that for the benefit. Okay. Uh, Nal and Kuver were cursed for the benefit
That's right.
by
Yes,
Narad Muni. That was for their
that's right.
benefit. Narad Muni cursed them, and even curse, yeah. Oh, for their own benefit. Okay.
Yes, that's right. Narad Muni cursed Nala, Kuvera, and Manigriva for their own benefit. Narad Muni did not take any offense on himself. That's the position of a
Manigri.
devotee. Yeah, that's the position of a devotee, a pure devotee. He does not take offenses. But whatever he does is for our benefit.
Mm.
He wants our
And
benefit.
even mm,
You had any other
I don't know,
examples?
thinking in Ramayana also there is one, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it?
Uh, she became a plant. Um,
Who?
she was cursed.
Oh,
Gautam.
Ahilya became a stone, right?
Ahilya.
Ahilya. Yeah. Is that a
Ahilya
curse?
became a
Or
stone,
her
and then Lord
benefit?
Ramachandra
Yeah,
came.
sorry, a stone. Yeah, and then Ramachandra came. I think
Yeah.
that there's nothing to do, right?
Yeah, because I don't know if the intention, what was the intention? I don't know, honestly. I
Yeah.
really don't know.
Actually, she
Was
was
the
cursed with
intention for her
anger.
benefit?
So the
Uh,
first was anger, and then when he realized that it was not her mistake, it was Indra's mistake.
Yeah,
Then he got little soft, and then he
he
said that okay, when the Lord Ramchandra will come, and then so I'm also not sure that was it like later it was for the benefit for sure, but before it was that he got really angry that
got angry, yeah, because
and then
actually
cursed.
Indra, right, came as
Yeah, the Indra came. Yeah,
English.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first it was anger, but then later for her own benefit.
okay.
Like
So here
alleged,
we are
like
saying,
this is what it, yeah.
Lord Shiva's anger was not out of any malice. He did not,
Mm.
his anger was not to harm the demigods, but anger was like a father's anger towards his child to correct the wrong behavior of the demigods. Like a father sometimes may punish a child.
Mm.
Mm. So reading on, Prajapatir Dashirishno
Prajapati
Prajapate
Dagdashirishna
Dagdashirishna
Bhavata ajamukham shiraha.
Bhajatam Ajamukham Shiraha
Mitrasya chakshu sheksheta.
Mitrasya
Mitrasya Chakshusha
Shisheta
Shishita
Bhagam swam barisho bhagaha.
Bhagam
Bhagam Swam Varhisho
Bhagaha.
Bhagaha.
Lord Shiva continued, since the head of Daksha has already been burned to ashes, he will have the head of a goat. The demigod known as Bhaga will be able to see his share of sacrifice through the eyes of Mitra. So Bhaga's eyes had been taken away. So Bhaga, Lord Shiva is saying, okay, he does not have eyes anymore, so he'll be able to see through the eyes of Mitra. And then Daksha, he does not have a head anymore, so Lord Shiva is going to give him the head of a goat. That's how Daksha gets the head of a goat, you know. Okay.
I
Pushatu
didn't get,
Yajama.
sorry, I didn't
Yes.
get who's Bhaga. I
One
got
of the, you know, like
them.
Veerabhadra, he had broken somebody's teeth and he had broken somebody,
Okay.
he's taken out somebody's eyes. So Bhaga is one of that personality whose eyes were taken out by Veerabhadra.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Pushatu Yajamanasya.
Shatu
Pushatu
Yajamanasya
Dad
Yajamanasya
Dadbirjakshatu Pishtabhok.
Tadvi
Dadbir
Yakshatu Pista
Pishtabhuk
Deva Prakrita Sarvanga.
Deva
Deva
Prakrita
Prakrite Sarva
Sarvanga
Vanga
Angaha
Yema Ucheshanam Daduho.
Yema
Yema
Ucheshanam
Ucheshanam
Yeshashanam
Daduhu.
Daduhu.
The demigod Pusha will be able to chew only through the teeth of his disciples, and if alone, he will have to satisfy himself by eating dough made from chickpea flour. But the demigods who have agreed to give me my share of sacrifice will recover from all their injuries. Oh, so Lord Shiva is saying because seems that Bhaga and Pusha had denied the share to Lord Shiva, so they will not get their eyes and teeth back. But Bhaga will see through the eyes of Mitra, and Pusha he will be eating only when his disciples are there near him. And if he's alone, he has to eat chola flour, atta made of chola. How's that? I can understand hummus, but this is dough made from chickpea flour,
Yeah,
something like
chickpea flour
hummus.
is besan,
This
na?
is Sattu. In Hindi,
Besan,
this is written Sattu.
sattu.
I thought
Yeah,
it's
Okay,
in the
besan.
Hindi
sattu.
one, it is written
Uh,
Sattu that उसे सत्तू की बनी लोई खाकर संतुष्ट होना पड़ेगा.
Okay, so he has to eat sattu then. And the
Yeah.
demigods who had not stopped Lord Shiva from his share, they uh, they will recover. So because they have no enmity towards Lord Shiva, their heart towards Lord Shiva is like, yeah, please take your share. The demigod Pusha became dependent on his disciples for chewing, otherwise he was allowed to swallow only dough made of chickpea flour. Thus his punishment continued. He could not use his teeth for eating, since he had laughed at Lord Shiva, deriding him by showing his teeth. In other words, it was not appropriate for him to have teeth, for he had used them against Lord Shiva. So that's the reason Veerabhadra had taken off, his knocked off. I can't remember, was it Veerabhadra or Nandishwar initially who knocked his teeth off? But anyway, he doesn't have teeth and he will continue to not have teeth anymore. Bahubhyam Ashvino Pushno
Bahubhyam Ashvino Pushno
Hastabhyam Krita Bhavaha
वहां पे सही था वो, वहां पे
हस्ताभ्यामकृतबाहः
सही था वो, ऐसे बैठ जाते कहीं नहीं।
Okay. Bhavantav advaryas advaryavaschanye
भावन्तवस्तव्यवश्चान्ये
bhashtasmashrur bhrigur bhavet.
श्मश्रुर्भृगुर्भवेत्.
Those who have had their arms cut off will have to work with the arms of Ashwini Kumar. And those whose hand, so this is arms. The arms whose arms are cut off will have to work with the arms of Ashwini Kumar. And those whose hands were cut off will have to do their work with the hands of Pusha. The priests will also have to act in that manner. As for Brigu, he will have the beard from the goat's head. Brigu Muni, a great supporter of Daksh, was awarded the beard of the goat's head, which was substituted for the head of Daksha. So because Brigu Muni's beard was taken off, or mustache, so now he's going to have that from the goat, and the head of the goat is going to be given to Daksh. It appears from the exchange of Daksha's head that the modern scientific theory that the brain substance is the cause of all intelligent work is not valid. The brain substance of Daksh and that of a goat are different, but Daksh still acted like himself, even though his head was replaced by that of a goat. The conclusion is that it is the particular consciousness of an individual soul which acts. The brain substance is only an instrument which has nothing to do with real intelligence. So Srila Prabhupada is pointing to us that Daksh, okay, he does not have his original head. So his brain, the original brain is not there. Now he's getting the head of a goat. So the brain of the goat is different than the brain of a human being. And that also such a highly qualified human being as Daksh. She's a Prajapati. And yet, when he got this goat's head, he did not act like a goat. He did not think like a goat. He still acted and thought and behaved like Daksh himself. So Prabhupada is pointing us out that it is not the brain that is making us do or think how we are. The consciousness is not based on the brain, but it is of the particular individual soul. Brain is sure an instrument, yes, like this body is an instrument, but depends on the consciousness of the individual soul. The real intelligence, mind, and consciousness are particular of the particular individual soul. So this is the subtle body, mind, intelligence, false ego. It's of the particular individual soul. It is not dependent on the gross body. It will be found in the verses ahead that after Daksha's head was replaced by the goat's head, he was as intelligent as he had previously been. He prayed very nicely to satisfy Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, which is not possible for a goat to do. Yeah, we don't see goats praying, offering prayers. Therefore, it is definitely concluded that the brain substance is not the center of intelligence. It is the consciousness of a particular soul that works intelligently. So Prabhupada is pointing out that the consciousness is to the soul, and that is what is important. That is where the intelligence is coming from, the consciousness. Because in the modern education, we are just taught to think in terms of the body. We are not taught anything about the consciousness. But with this pastime, it brings to point that the consciousness is what is important. The whole movement of Krishna consciousness is to purify the consciousness. It doesn't matter what kind of brain one has, because if he simply transfers his consciousness from matter to Krishna, his life becomes successful. So there is no prerequisite of any qualification to take up Krishna consciousness. We simply have to take it up. Doesn't matter. We are intelligent, not intelligent. All that doesn't matter. We have to purify our consciousness, which can be done by Krishna consciousness. And how does that happen? By engaging in devotional service. Right now, our attachment is to matter. We do not have this attachment to Krishna. So then, the more we associate with devotees, the more we hear and chant. By hearing and chanting, gradually, our attachment, our consciousness will be shifted to Krishna. Then his
We
life
can't hear
becomes...
you.
Oh, you're not able to hear me? Oh, really? Are you able to hear me now?
Sorry,
Haribol?
Krishna. Now okay, but it just
Hare
went off.
Krishna.
Now we
Oh,
can.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So the consciousness, the more we hear and chant, it will help us, because right now our consciousness is just so, it's just entangled in the material world, in matter. But more we hear and chant, the same consciousness can be attached to Krishna, and that is our success. That is when our life becomes successful. It is confirmed by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita that anyone who takes up Krishna consciousness achieves the highest perfection of life, regardless of whatever abominable condition of life he may have fallen into. So the externals don't matter. The externals don't matter. It matters is our consciousness. Specifically, anyone in Krishna consciousness goes back to Godhead, back to home, on leaving his present material body. This is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. Anyone in Krishna consciousness goes back to Godhead, back to home, on leaving his present body. So what do you all think about this, the brain and the intelligence, and any comments?
So that means the intelligence, buddhi also has nothing to do, right? Mind,
The
intelligence, we say no, and
so
conscious soul. Yeah.
yeah, so the intelligence is not based on the brain, Prabhupada is saying. It's depending on the consciousness of the soul.
Consciousness. And that's how it works, the action takes place, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not depending on actually the brain, but the consciousness of the living entity. Here is writing, the brain substance is only an instrument which has nothing to do with real intelligence. And then real intelligence, mind, and consciousness are part of the particular individual soul.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Very true.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. And now we can see that Daksha is now bowing his head, Lord Shiva. So that part, like, right, he's offering his, prayers.
Yeah, that's why now we're going to read that. The Daksh with the goat head, he's going
With
to
the
offer
goat thing,
prayer.
at least now he's bowing down. Okay.
I know, right? It's true. Better late than never, right? Okay. Thank you so much for listening and joining in. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.